In an update tonight, the University of Oregon Board of Trustees this morning unanimously approved a new deal for head football coach Dan Lanning. Now, Lanning will now be paid one of the top 10 highest, he will be now one of the top 10 highest paid coaches in the country. His new amended deal increases by $2 million to nearly $11 million per year and is good through 2030. Defensive coordinator Tosh Lupoi and offensive coordinator Will Stein also received significant raises. UO President Carl Scholes supported the new contract, pointing out it's entirely donor funded and how football revenue pays for almost all other programs in athletics.
We have an incredibly talented coaching team, and it's important that we take the steps necessary with donor support to secure their future managing our highly successful athletic program.
President Scholes went on to explain how successful athletics draw more eyes and gives them an opportunity to recruit new students and leverage their brand to talk about their economic enterprise. The raise is again entirely donor funded. The grassroots operation Stand Up for Science held rallies in more than 30 U.S. cities today, including the Eugene at the University of Oregon campus. It was hosted by the Graduate Teaching Fellows Federation. It's a graduate student union at the university. Demonstrators showed up to protest federal budget and grant cuts to health, climate, and science research. They believe cutting funding for government agencies related to those fields endangers America's future.
We need to be showing that we're unified in supporting science, that this is unacceptable, the decisions that the Trump administration has made and that the university administration is making, and that we're all together as a unified front in opposing this.
Other Stand Up for Science rallies held across the U.S. today include one at Salem at the Oregon State Capitol. And continuing coverage tonight, President Trump says more changes could be coming to the rollout of his tariff war. He is suggesting the implementation of a new 250% tariff on Canadian dairy and lumber products. Trump says that could happen as soon as today or early next week. And ABC's Perry Russell reports from Washington, D.C.
President Trump says his chaotic off-again, on-again trade war will continue to see what he calls changes and adjustments.
There'll always be some modifications. I mean, if you have a wall in front of you, sometimes you have to go around the wall instead of through it. But I think very little.
Trump now threatening a reciprocal 250% tariff on Canadian dairy and lumber items.
Canada has been ripping us off for years on tariffs for lumber and for dairy products.
It comes after Trump gave Canada and Mexico a short-term deal yesterday, avoiding the 25% tariff on goods until April 2nd. That's when his reciprocal tariffs kick in, meaning whatever tariffs are imposed on the U.S., tariffs of the same percentage will be imposed in return.
Our country, from an economic standpoint and financial standpoint and a trade standpoint, has been absolutely ripped off by almost every country in the world, Canada, Mexico, and then you just go right down the line.
Trump says he's imposing tariffs for multiple reasons, including as a way he believes will create manufacturing jobs in the U.S.
We're going to bring back our business into this country. We need it from a job standpoint.
The new jobs report today shows 151,000 new jobs were added to the workforce last month. That is slightly below economists' expectations.
The labor market is solid.
Fed Chair Jay Powell speaking today after the jobs report was released. Powell says the economy is in a good place, despite what he calls high levels of uncertainty from new policies, including tariffs.
The path to sustainably returning inflation to our target has been bumpy, and we expect that to continue.
Trump dodging a question on how long things will cost more for American consumers as a result of these tariffs, only saying there will be some disturbances. Perry Russell, ABC News, Washington.
Coming up, it's case closed on the mysterious deaths of actor Gene Hackman and his wife. We'll hear from the Santa Fe Medical Examiner. And as we go to the break on Oregon News Now 4 o'clock, live pictures from Medford, Eugene, Ashland, and the Sea Lion Caves. We'll be right back.
Closed captioning on KEZI 9 News. Brought to you in part by Hearing Associates.
Pizza ready for Christine?
Ready to hear your name? Visit Abby's.com and let's make it happen. With our lunch and dinner specials, you win with premium ingredients, the best pizza, and toppings to the edge. Abby's is legendary.
The best part for me is to get my clients to a position where they can once again find gainful employment, once again physically work their jobs or run their businesses, once again put food on the table, keep a roof over their head. They can fish, they can hunt, they can golf, they can bike, whatever their joy is. Because ultimately, the meaning of life is happiness. And how do we find happiness? Is through health.
Dwyer Williams Churkos, on your side at every step of the way. Injured and need help? Go to roydwyer.com.
KEZI 9 News is sponsored in part by Alerica, keeping you connected to what matters most. At Alerica, we provide hassle-free internet for both residential and business customers.
I am born to do this. I am an American bucking bull. And this is my sport. The Professional Bull Riders. PBR Eugene, April 4th and 5th. It's bull time.
Touch can mean so many things, even for people with moderate to severe eczema. Touch can make two feel like one, or simply be a helping hand. Dupixent can help you stay ahead of eczema as you welcome the feeling of touch. Dupixent helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin. And fast itch relief after the first dose. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain, vision changes, or blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma or other medicines without talking to your doctor. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, helps you feel the heal. See the difference for yourself. Reach out to your eczema specialist today.
This March, what's better than a 4-leaf clover? Abby's Hometown Hero. It features classic pepperoni, crisp green peppers, and tasty Italian sausage, all layered together for a legendary taste. Be a hero and save some green. On sale now at abbys.com.
KEZI 9 News congratulates all of our local teams and student athletes on another incredible high school basketball season. Thank you to our schools and to our Round Ball Wrap sponsors, Eugene True Value, Best Roofing and Waterproofing, Mackenzie Willamette Medical Center, and Natural Dentures. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Looking for some ideas to conserve energy and save money? Watch KEZI 9 News for creative ways to cut costs and recycle more efficiently. Reduce, reuse, recycle on KEZI 9 News, sponsored by Eugene True Value. Now, Storm Tracker 9 weather with Chief Meteorologist Holden LaCroix.
Well, you could not ask for a better afternoon out there. Temperatures in the upper 50s, around 60 degrees, almost a carbon copy of what we had yesterday. Well, tomorrow we are going to see a little bit more in the form of clouds, but not necessarily precipitation chances just yet. You can see the cloud cover kind of looming offshore. Well, it will rapidly approach tomorrow afternoon, I will say, but it's mainly going to be kind of the high wispy level clouds, not necessarily the low cloudy ones. But precipitation chances are going to be holding off for the most part. We are expecting that to start increasing possibly late Sunday night. If you remember from yesterday, this is what we call a pattern initiating cold front. So it's not going to bring the wet weather just yet, but it's going to set the stage for a parade of storms heading into next week. And Wednesday in particular does look like a soaker across much of the Northwest. And the temperatures are going down too. All right, 42 degrees through about 9 o'clock tonight across Eugene. Some high level wispy clouds kind of streaming in, but here's the flux of clouds moving in towards Saturday morning. Although most of it's going to be cirrus clouds, some low clouds cannot be ruled out across areas of Florence and the Oregon coast, and especially as you make your way up toward the Portland area. Now, here we go. Saturday evening, still kind of cirrus clouds, not necessarily impacting the temperature too much, still likely getting up to about 65 degrees. But once we get into Sunday, cloud cover is going to start thickening up a little bit more. There's your rain chances holding offshore for the most part and north. The only chance of rain realistically is late Sunday night, and that's going to be across areas of Corvallis and as you make your way up toward the Portland area. For us, it's mainly going to be dry until next week. You can see the green bars increasing. Wednesday looks like a soaker across the region. Here's the reason why. Here's that cold front I just showed you. Kind of falls apart as it moves across Eugene. But here is Tuesday. This is a fairly potent storm, but watch as the wet weather continues. Wednesday, Thursday, into Friday of next week, and even the potential of an atmospheric river heading into next weekend. So the wet weather and the cold weather is certainly coming, at least for the weekend, though. We get warm temperatures, slight chance of rain late in the day on Sunday for the Oregon coast. Next week is definitely going to be the soaker with 48 degrees. Across the Umpqua, around 67 degrees heading into Saturday. We are expecting mainly cloudy conditions into Monday, and eventually the showers will proceed to rain. heading into next Wednesday. Across the Cascades, heavy snow coming back, at least for this weekend. It's going to be a little bit soft and wet up toward the ski resorts, so just keep that in mind. But we will see the powder next week. Across the Willamette Valley, 65 degrees on Saturday. Mainly high-level clouds, not necessarily low ones. Rain will arrive late Sunday night, but realistically, it's next Wednesday that's going to be the soaker. You're watching Oregon News Now at 4 on KZI 9 News.
Now, spring is less than 3 weeks away, which means it's the perfect time to plan your garden for the upcoming season. And the 45th annual Lane County Home and Garden Show is happening right now, and it's a great way to get started. Right now, the Lane County Event Center Fairgrounds is home to hundreds of home and garden exhibits. There are more than 2 acres to explore everything from home building and remodeling to landscaping and gardening. Plus, attendees can meet the best contractors, builders, remodelers, landscapers, suppliers, and designers the area has to offer.
This is the 31st year I've done this show, and it's always incredible. We meet a lot of people here, and it's all to just get our name recognition so when they need us in the future, they'll remember us.
That event runs through 9 o'clock tonight, Saturday from 10 until 8, and then Sunday from 10 until 5. Admission is $5 or free with 3 cans of food donated to Food for Lane County. Parking at the fairgrounds is free. Jackson County Fire District 3 is wrapping up its first week of Recruit Academy today. The fire district put recruits through radio and communication drills and an SCBA class to get familiar with breathing apparatus tools. They also worked on fire hydrants and running hoses, and then studied building construction throughout the district. We have new video of the duplex fire in Springfield that killed 2 family dogs and injured 1 person Thursday morning. It started about 8:15 near 40th and Main Street. You can see the flames shooting out of one of the duplex units. A neighbor began spraying the fire with a hose to try and help. 1 person in the duplex was taken to the hospital for smoke inhalation. The cause of that fire has not been released. Turning now to an update and some answers into the mysterious circumstances surrounding the deaths of Gene Hackman and his wife. Today, the medical examiner announced the 95-year-old actor died of natural causes related to severe heart disease. She also said advanced Alzheimer's was a significant contributing factor. As for his wife, Betsy died of hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, and it appears she died at least several days before Hackman. The medical examiner said it's possible he was unable to care for himself and may not have been aware of his wife's passing.
The cause of death for Mr. Gene Hackman, aged 95 years, is hypertensive and atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease with Alzheimer's disease as a significant contributory factor. The cause of death for Miss Betsy Hackman, aged 65 years, is hantavirus pulmonary syndrome. The manner of death is natural.
The medical examiner also said Hackman's body was tested for hantavirus as well as COVID-19 and other respiratory illnesses, but they all came back negative. She said his body did not show signs of dehydration. However, there was also no food in his stomach. Next on Oregon News Now at 4 o'clock, federal funding cuts loom over nearly every government agency. But what do the American people think about that? We'll explain straight ahead. But we'll take you to the break on this fabulous Friday with a great look throughout western and southern Oregon through our Storm Tracker weather cams. We are live on Ashland and Medford, as well as the Sea Lion Caves in Eugene. We'll be right back with more Oregon News Now at 4 o'clock.
Look at him move across that roof. So smooth. And he's pitched him the shingles. Nail gun is in place. Perfect execution. Best Roofing and Waterproofing, proud partner of Oregon Athletics.
I'm Liz Kelly.
I'm Mary Riley.
And we both see way better now.
We've got magic eyeballs.
When I found out that I had cataracts, one of the things I also found out is that with cataract removal and lens replacement, you can get your vision fixed. It gave me and Mary a freedom that we didn't actually know we even needed.
Go see Dr. Bala Ambadi at Pacific Clear Vision Institute. Have him take a look at what's going on with your eyes and work towards the solution.
Do it while you can and enjoy what you see.
Contractors rely on discount windows for all their window and door needs.
Contractors depend on us to have high quality windows and doors in stock from leading manufacturers like Milgard.
At Discount Windows, we hang our very own interior and exterior doors.
We have all your trim, molding, and hardware on site. Licensed contractors get free delivery.
Get your Milgard windows and doors at Discount Windows. We're not just any window and door store.
Thanks to you, we are Discount Windows.
This is the moment that these educators found out OnPoint was going to pay their mortgage or rent for an entire year.
You can help us find this year's winners.
Nominate an educator today for the OnPoint Prize for Excellence in Education.
We want to hear about teachers who help shape the future and inspire the next generation.
There will be 4 winners, and OnPoint will pay their mortgage or rent for an entire year.
Go to onpointprize.com and nominate a teacher today.
Adventure begin at Clemens Marina.
Join Mattress World Northwest on our 30th anniversary
by supporting Make-A-Wish Oregon.
The largest selection of Tempur-Pedic, Beauty Rust Black, Nectar, and Avocado.
Buy a raffle ticket for a chance to win a new car.
Save 50% on purple and Serta floor models.
Only at Mattress World Northwest.
Okay guys, we're doing a 70 square job on an 812 pitch. Let's keep those shingle lines straight. Let's get hooked in. Protect the roof on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Protect the roof!
Best roofing and waterproofing. Proud partner of Oregon Athletics.
Tonight, David Muir reporting 2 cold cases.
She was trying to protect her daughter.
It gives you chills even today.
Yes.
What links both of those cases is cutting-edge forensic technology inside this lab.
Catching the Killers, 2020 tonight on ABC.
All right, you know what time it is. Skycam time. Live look out toward the Oregon coast in Florence right now. Man, I bet Matt wishes he's there right now. Up toward areas of the Sea Lion Caves. This is more my cup of tea. I kind of like the rocky shores right there. You make your way up, driving up 101 toward the Sea Lion Caves. Lively at Corvallis right now, where we have calm winds, and we'll finish things off across areas of Eugene, where it's not going to be too bad of a night to head out on the town. You're watching Oregon News Now on KZF.
A poll out today finds few Americans want lawmakers to slash spending on the federal health insurance program. In our Health Watch tonight, KFF, a nonpartisan health research group, found that 17% of respondents approve of reducing federal Medicaid spending. 42% of people polled want to increase spending, and 40% want Medicaid to stay the same. Among Republicans, about 1/3 support Congress cutting federal Medicaid spending. Medicaid provides health insurance coverage to more than 72 million low-income people. Eugene is making history tomorrow, hosting the Pacific Northwest's first ever St. Baldrick's head shaving event, raising money for childhood cancer research. That is happening tomorrow from 3 until 5 at Cold Fire Brewery. The St. Baldrick's Foundation is the largest non-government funder of childhood cancer research. At these events, participants shave their heads in solidarity with kids battling cancer. So whether you're ready to go bald, donate, or cheer on those in the barber's seat, this is a great way to give back, and you can learn more or sign up by following the link on our website. Lane County Sheriff's Office is bidding farewell to search and rescue canine Diesel, who passed away this week. Diesel was mostly retired after several years of service. He was state certified in 3 search disciplines, with many wins during his career with his handler, Carolyn. There are many people alive and well thanks to the duo's work, and LCSO thanks Canine Diesel for his life of service. Straight ahead, in the next 30 minutes, rallies around the nation to stand up for science. We'll tell you what that means and where folks showed up. And pick one of these 4, head there for the weekend. As we take a live look at your Storm Tracker weather cams, we'll be right back.
Life's busy. Off is not an option. You need to be on time, on the go, on the call, or just ready to play on. Life's waiting. Power on with Batteries Plus. Visit one of over 700 locations today.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you'll get your first month free when you join today. Sign up for just $1 down, $24.99 a month, and get your first month free. Cancel anytime. Deal ends March 13th.
Celebrate Bi-Mart's 70th anniversary during our open house with our latest savings book, now through March 10th. During our open house, members and non-members can stop in and save more at Bi-Mart, saving the Northwest more since 1955.
Let Midgley's help keep your family warm while adding aesthetic beauty and value to your home.
Right now, when you invest in a qualifying wood or pellet stove or fireplace insert, get up to $2,000 of the purchase price and installation cost back in tax credits.
Don't pay your utility company more while enjoying your heating process less. The choice is easy. For added ambience and a greener approach to heating, come see us at Midgley's. Anywhere else and you're just playing with fire.
Expand your usable space with a customized patio cover or pergola from Lander King's Custom Woodworking. Call for a free estimate or come see us at the Home Show, March 7th, 8th, and 9th. Lander King's Custom Woodworking. We've got you covered.
Hamilton, in Eugene at the Holt Center for the Performing Arts. Get tickets at BroadwayInEugene.com.
Behind the bright blue awning in Midtown Eugene, you'll discover fabulous finds and friendly faces at Assistance League Thrift Shop on Willamette. Come thrift with us and discover great prices for great causes, serving children and families in our community. Whether it's that special occasion outfit or just for fun, a spectacular jewelry piece, a unique home decor treasure, or just a great rainy day read, there's something for everyone at the shop. Look for the bright blue awning on Willamette Street near 11th.
The ancient Mesopotamians invented it in 3 BC. The Mayans came up with it in 4 AD. The number 0, zilch, nada.
But when was the last time Zero did anything for you? Right now at Associated Heating and Air Conditioning, get 0% financing for 60 months. 0% interest, equal payments. 0% to make you 100% happy and content. It's your home. Be comfortable. Call Associated Heating and Air Conditioning today.
Batteries Plus has the national scale for all your power needs and a dedicated expert for the local support you want. Power on with Batteries Plus Business.
A vital resource for recovery gone. Now on Oregon News Now at 4 o'clock, a 75% funding cut could mean closed doors for a crucial Eugene agency. Plus, there's a new interim superintendent at the Medford School District. You will hear from the school board about the unanimous decision.
Live, local, late breaking. This is Oregon News Now at 4.
And thank you for joining us. I'm Matt Templeman. We will get to all of your top stories around Western and Southern Oregon in just a couple of moments here. But first, let's take a live look outside at our Storm Tracker weather cam so you can make a good idea for where you want to head this weekend. And now let's get right to your Storm Tracker forecast.
Could not ask for a better afternoon out there as temperatures make their way back up to near 60 degrees. You can see across areas of Eugene, Roseburg right now. And some of us down toward Douglas County may be very close to 70 degrees heading into the weekend. But take full advantage of it this weekend because likely heading into next week, we're going to be having a stark change with colder temperatures and quite the bit of rainfall. Now, for the most part, you can see the cloud cover offshore. That is going to slowly increase into the day on Saturday and Sunday. Not necessarily producing any precipitation just yet. This is, if you remember what I said yesterday, kind of a pattern initiating cold front. Once this marches in, it's going to set the stage for a parade of storms set to move through next week and give us quite the bit of rainfall and also mountain snow. At least through tonight, about 47 degrees. If you are headed out, I would suggest dining outside while you can. Once we head toward tomorrow morning, about 45. 65 toward tomorrow afternoon, so a little bit warmer than what we have today. Out toward the Oregon coast, a cloudy, a little bit of a foggy start as you go up in elevation on 101, but for the most part, 47 as we head toward 9 o'clock and 4 p.m. tomorrow near 60 degrees, but that does come with quite the bit of cloud cover. Now, coming up, we'll take a closer look at those rain chances next week and also potential snow. For now, you're watching Oregon News Now at 4 on KZI 9 News.
A critical resource for those struggling with addiction and homelessness in Eugene could soon go away. Restored Connections Peer Center is facing a 75% funding cut, meaning it may have to close its doors by July 1st. Reporter Madison Yeesh spoke to advocates who say without immediate financial support, hundreds will be left without the services they rely on.
We provide a zero barrier recovery community center for people to drop in and get immediate services. So there's no wait lists. There's not any hoops that somebody has to jump through. No matter what's going on in their life, they get to come here and get support.
Last year alone, RCPC served nearly 5,700 people through drop-in services and helped more than 600 individuals in recovery transition into housing. Not only that, clients say they bring back hope.
I'm the mother that I want to be today. You know, I'm pushing to rebuild with my 2 older children, and I want to have that strength without them. I just want it.
Now, due to federal funding cuts, that hope might fade. For those who rely on RCPC, this center is more than just a resource. It's a lifeline. But without immediate funding, that sense of stability could disappear as soon as July 1st, leaving many without a place to turn.
Where will people who need these resources, where will they have to turn to?
You know, that's a really tough question to answer.
Many other programs have eligibility requirements, wait lists, or intake processes that make immediate access to services difficult.
It's a no-barrier, life-saving place, and I think Eugene would suffer extremely, and there would be more overdoses because of the harm reduction here. It would just be detrimental for the community.
RCPC has launched an online petition that they plan to present to the local government. They're urging community members to help keep the center open. You can find that petition on their website. Reporting in Eugene, I'm Madison Yeesh.
Now, traffic is moving again along Highway 126 near Vida, east of Springfield, after crews spent the day pulling out a car from the McKenzie River that veered off the road and ended up in the river Wednesday night. And again, here's some pictures of the towing crew that you saw just there, and then finally pulling the wreckage from the water this afternoon. Lane County Sheriff's Office responded to the area Wednesday night after a woman drove her car into the rushing waters of the McKenzie. Due to the dangerous situation, the Coast Guard was ultimately called in to rescue the driver using a helicopter. Oregon State Police is investigating the cause of the crash. The Medford School Board met for the first time since the superintendent announced his resignation and unanimously appointed an interim superintendent. Samantha Cadera reports.
The Medford School Board appointed Jeannie Grazioli as interim superintendent with Dr. Champion advising until June 30th. She will oversee critical decisions, and while with elections in May, the new board will begin the search for a permanent superintendent in July. Now let's look at how she'll guide the district through this transition. The board quickly moved to appoint Deputy Superintendent Jeannie Grazioli as interim superintendent. This decision allows Grazioli to take charge of immediate responsibilities, such as upcoming budget decisions and staffing.
Due to the upcoming elections and the fact that there will be significant changes on the board, I personally feel like the wisest step would be to appoint an interim superintendent.
Grazioli has over 30 years of experience in education and is a well-known figure in the district. She's served in several leadership roles, including principal and executive director of teaching and learning.
The first name that came to mind was Jeannie. I thought of her immediately.
We have some great work that's going on here, and I would love to be able to continue and give some consistency and stability during this time of transition.
While district policy requires public input for hiring a permanent superintendent, no such requirement exists for an interim. The board voted to waive this policy and move forward with Grazioli.
Each and every time that I had a conversation with you, I felt seen, I felt heard, I felt like you truly listened.
The new school board elected in May will be seated in July and begin the process of selecting a permanent superintendent. This process typically lasts about 3 months. And the board will meet again on March 20th, where they'll vote on Grazioli's contract and address a substantiated complaint filed against board chair Cynthia Wright for violating board policy BBF. Reporting in Medford, I'm Samantha Cadera.
A Eugene methamphetamine dealer caught with nearly $2 million worth of the drug last year was sentenced to Veterans Treatment Court this week, and that's generally reserved for drug users, not dealers. Michael Bethel was operating out of the Free Souls Motorcycle Club. This week, he was sentenced to 1 day in jail with credit for time served. He was also given 5 years supervised probation. That's after pleading guilty in January to multiple charges, including unlawful possession of meth and cocaine, as well as felon in possession of a firearm. In an update tonight, the University of Oregon Board of Trustees this morning unanimously approved a new contract for head football coach Dan Lanning. He will now be one of the top 10 highest paid coaches in the country. His new amended deal increases by $2 million to nearly $11 million per year and is good through 2030. Defensive coordinator Tosh Lupoi and offensive coordinator Will Stein also received significant raises. U of O President Carl Scholes supported the new contract, pointing out it's entirely donor-funded and how football revenue pays for almost all other programs in athletics.
We have an incredibly talented coaching team. And it's important that we take the steps necessary with donor support to secure their future managing our highly successful athletic program.
President Scholes went on to explain how successful athletics draw more eyes and gives them an opportunity to recruit new students and leverage their brand to talk about their economic enterprise. Again, the raise is entirely donor funded. The grassroots Operation Stand Up for Science held rallies in more than 30 U.S. cities today, including Eugene on the University of Oregon campus. It was hosted by the Graduate Teaching Fellows Federation. It's a graduate student union at the university. Demonstrators showed up to protest federal budget and grant cuts to health, climate, and science research. They believe cutting funding for government agencies related to those fields endangers America's future.
We need to be showing that we're unified in supporting science, that this is unacceptable, the decisions that the Trump administration has made and that the university administration is making, and that we're all together as a unified front in opposing this.
Other Stand Up for Science rallies were held across the U.S. today, and they included one in Salem at the Oregon State Capitol. In continuing coverage tonight, President Trump says more changes could be coming to the rollout of his tariff war. He is suggesting the implementation of a new 250% tariff on Canadian dairy and lumber products. Trump says that could happen as soon as today or early next week. ABC's Perry Russum reports from Washington, D.C.
President Trump says his chaotic off-again, on-again trade war will continue to see what he calls changes and adjustments.
There'll always be some modifications. I mean, if you have a wall in front of you, sometimes you have to go around the wall instead of through it. But I think very little.
Trump now threatening a reciprocal 250% tariff on Canadian dairy and lumber items.
Canada has been ripping us off for years on tariffs for lumber and for dairy products.
It comes after Trump gave Canada and Mexico a short-term deal yesterday, avoiding the 25% tariff on goods until April 2nd. That's when his reciprocal tariffs kick in, meaning whatever tariffs are imposed on the U.S., tariffs of the same percentage will be imposed in return.
Our country, from an economic standpoint and financial standpoint and a trade standpoint, has been absolutely ripped off by almost every country in the world, Canada, Mexico, and then you just go right down the line.
Trump says he's imposing tariffs for multiple reasons, including as a way he believes will create manufacturing jobs in the U.S.
We're going to bring back our business into this country. We need it from a job standpoint.
The new jobs report today shows 151,000 new jobs were added to the workforce last month. That is slightly below economists' expectations.
The labor market is solid.
Fed Chair Jay Powell speaking today after the jobs report was released. Powell says the economy is in a good place, despite what he calls high levels of uncertainty from new policies, including tariffs.
The path to sustainably returning inflation to our target has been bumpy, and we expect that to continue.
Trump dodging a question on how long things will cost more for American consumers as a result of these tariffs, only saying there will be some disturbances. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Now, spring break is almost here, but don't get carried away. And next on Oregon News Now at 4, we'll hear from experts to learn how to keep your spring break safe. Plus, good news for gardeners. It's the 45th year of the Lane County springtime tradition, and we've got all the details. And as we go to the break, it sure looks like spring out there in a lot of locations. Temperatures, yeah, depending how you feel. Live pictures of Eugene, as well as Medford, Ashland, and the Sea Lion Cave. We'll be right back.
At Papa Murphy's, mix and match 2 or more sides for just $6.99 each, like our 5 cheese bread or calzones, or a fresh salad. Add a medium cheese or pepperoni pizza or dessert. Fresh, easy, and so good. Just the way your meal should be with Papa Murphy's.
Spring arrives at the Lane County Home and Garden Show presented by Northwest Natural. Discover fresh ideas, the best experts, and great deals too. Meet Rico Leone, HGTV star of Rico to the Rescue, and discover how to work with your contractors. Enjoy laundry and house camp with HGTV star The Laundry Evangelist. Join Cisco for gardening with dogs and Stump the Chump game show. Get growing with our garden gurus. Shop Spring's first plant sales. Plan your visit around 40 seminars. Your projects, our experts. EugeneHomeshow.com.
Mom always loved daffodils and loved her blue dress. We knew she wanted to be buried here in Eugene. With Andreessen's, one call took care of everything.
Dad was a football fanatic, and it was amazing to hear from his old Army buddies. When he passed, we had so much to do, but one call to Andreessen's lifted so much of that burden.
From pre-planning made simple to traditional services.
One call, and we're here for you.
I'm a busy guy, and I'm not always thinking about my health. But my care team at Kaiser Permanente is on it. They reach out about things I would never think of. Before I switched, I had to go to 10 different places for care. Now I go in, get things done, see friendly faces, and get back to life. My health matters to Kaiser Permanente. That's why I'll be with Kaiser Permanente for hopefully another 6 years or more.
For all that is Alan, for all that is you, Kaiser Permanente.
Mouse in the house? Hearing scratching in your walls? Rats running around in your neighborhood?
Good Earth can help. We take an entirely different approach to rodent control. Unlike most pest control companies, we have a dedicated team of exclusion specialists who focus on sealing up homes from rodents. Our method is proven and extremely successful, giving you rodent-free living and peace of mind. Give us a call or visit us online today.
Good Earth Pest Company.
Hard on bugs
and rodents.
Soft on you.
At Papa Murphy's, mix and match 2 or more sides for just $6.99 each, like our 5 cheese bread or calzones, or a fresh salad. Add a medium cheese or pepperoni pizza or dessert. Fresh, easy, and so good. Just the way your meal should be with Papa Murphy's.
This is the moment that these educators found out OnPoint was going to pay their mortgage or rent for an entire year.
You can help us find this year's winners.
Nominate an educator today for the OnPoint Prize for Excellence in Education.
We want to hear about teachers who help shape the future and inspire the next generation.
There will be 4 winners, and OnPoint will pay their mortgage or rent for an entire year.
Go to onpointprize.com and nominate a teacher today.
Now, Storm Tracker weather with Chief Meteorologist Holden LaCroix.
Not too bad of an afternoon out there, and we actually have the home opener for the Oregon State Beavers tonight up in Corvallis. Temperature is going to be perfect again. That's at 5:30 tonight. 60 degrees here across Eugene right now. 61 across areas of Roseburg. So certainly inching toward that time. Certainly does not feel like baseball weather just yet, but we are getting there. But we're going to get slapped in the face by next week. I'm just warning you now. All right, cloud cover starting to creep in. For the most part, though, it's going to increase heading into Saturday and Sunday, but no rain chances just yet. Again, this is the pattern initiating cold front, setting the stage for the parade of storms set to move through next week. It looks like Wednesday is likely going to be a soaker where we have a good potential of getting about an inch of rain across the Willamette Valley and possibly 3 inches toward the coast. Overnight tonight, you can see the high-level cirrus clouds kind of streaming in over the region. Eventually, they will increase even more by tomorrow morning. Now, areas across the Northern Valley, Corvallis, Salem, as you make your way up toward Portland, Newport, Florence, Northern Oregon coast, we are expecting some thicker clouds, so just keep that in mind. By the afternoon, still kind of mainly sunny, very similar to today, but you're going to notice some kind of high wispy level clouds off in the distance. Not impacting that temperature, 63 tomorrow afternoon. Heading into Sunday, temperatures starting out around 42 or so. So again, cloud cover kind of keeping the temperature up at night a little bit. In the afternoon, we are going to be back to near 60 degrees. And notice the rain chances for the most part holding offshore. We will start to see some light rain late Sunday night. It's not going to add up to much. The big soaker is going to be heading into next week, where we have several storm systems lined up starting on Wednesday and lasting all the way through next week. All right, here's the cold front that I just showed you. Tries to make its way in, falls apart. Well, this is going to be the first event that we see some pretty decent rainfall. That's going to be on Tuesday. Watch as it continues into Wednesday, Friday, and beyond. In fact, we're actually tracking the potential of an atmospheric river you can see on March 16th. But we're going to be watching that closely, at least for the weekend. Spring-like weather continues. Highs back up to near 60 degrees for the coast. Just a little bit more cloud cover, and then eventually the rain will return by next week. Across the Umpqua, up to near 67 degrees on Saturday. Mainly cloudy conditions heading into Monday, and you can see those showers and eventually rain chances for next week. Up across the pass, 44 tomorrow afternoon. If you are skiing this weekend, it's going to be kind of soft and may even need a little bit of sunscreen up there. But by next week, we should start to see some powder as heavy snow is likely toward next Wednesday. Across the Willamette Valley, around 65, heading into Saturday, we are expecting showers to eventually translate to rain heading into next weekend. You're watching Oregon News Now on KZI.
Well, the calendar shows us spring is less than 3 weeks away, which means it's the perfect time to plan your garden for the upcoming season. The 45th annual Lane County Home and Garden Show is happening right now, and it's a great way to get you started. Now, right now, the Lane County Event Center Fairgrounds is home to hundreds of home and garden exhibits. There are more than 2 acres to explore, everything from home building and remodeling to landscaping and gardening. Plus, attendees can meet the best contractors, builders, remodelers, landscapers, suppliers, and designers the area has to offer.
This is the 31st year I've done this show, and it's always incredible. We meet a lot of people here, and it's all to just get our name recognition so when they need us in the future, they'll remember us.
It goes until 9 o'clock tonight, Saturday from 10 until 8, and Sunday from 10 until 5. Admission is $5 or free with 3 cans of food donated to Food for Lane County. Parking is also free. Jackson County Fire District 3 is wrapping up its first week of Recruit Academy today. The fire district puts recruits through radio and communications drills and an SCBA class to get familiar with breathing apparatus tools. They also worked on fire hydrants and running hoses and studied building construction throughout the district. Looking ahead, spring break kicks into high gear this month, but experts and officials are warning about potential issues with travel and security. Brian Abel reports on what you need to know before booking a trip.
Spring break travel expected to break records again.
We are seeing that travelers are flocking to warmer destinations.
AAA says 3 of the top 4 destinations in the U.S. are in Florida, including Fort Lauderdale and Miami. If you plan on hitting the beach there, local leaders have a message for you.
Worst spring break
ever. In a PSA satirizing reality TV shows the city of Miami Beach, warning potential spring break revelers of restrictions and enforcement actions that may damper your plans.
What are you guys doing? What's going on?
You're drinking in public. That's not allowed. This speaker, that's not allowed.
Rule after rule after rule.
Expensive parking, curfews, DUI checkpoints, and a heavy police presence are highlighted. It's part of a larger crackdown following the chaos of recent years, including stampedes and 2 deadly shootings in 2023. Further north, the Volusia County Sheriff doubling down on the message for high schoolers heading to popular county beaches like Daytona or New Smyrna.
If they think we're playing here, we're not. We really don't want you here. I'll be honest with you. Nobody wants you here.
There's also warnings for international travelers heading to popular destinations like Mexico. The State Department giving a level 3 travel advisory telling Americans to reconsider travel, with the U.S. Embassy in Mexico saying, because of crime, exercise caution in popular areas like Cancun, Playa del Carmen, and Tulum. In Washington, Brian Abel reporting.
Next on Oregon News Now at 4 o'clock, federal funding cuts loom over nearly every government agency, but what do American people think about that? We'll explain straight ahead and take you to the break with a live look outside and Ashland, Sea Lion Caves, Medford, and Eugene. We'll be right back.
Buckle up, Sam. It's truck month.
It's time for the best deals across the full lineup. F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 48 years. We've got Maverick and Ranger fully prepared. This event is so big, it has something in it for everyone.
Hamilton, in Eugene at the Holt Center for the Performing Arts.
Get tickets at BroadwayInEugene.com.
From painting a house in Florence to replacing a roof in Springfield, the dependable team at Cisco's Fine Touch can improve your home inside and out with years of experience and dedication to the community. Cisco's Fine Touch is ready to tackle your home improvement project.
And you don't pay until the job is done.
Experienced, honest, detailed. That's Cisco's Fine Touch.
Movement is medicine. Whether you're suffering from chronic pain or recovering from surgery, you deserve a personalized approach to rehabilitation.
Every patient's goals and experiences are different.
Mobility Project Physical Therapy. Get back to doing the things you love.
I have tried juicing and diet and exercise. I couldn't get these troubled areas to shift.
Sound familiar? You're not alone. That's why this celebrity housewife went to Sono Bello. One visit, permanent fat removal.
I saw results right away. The whole thing is just so exciting because I look in the mirror now and I see the body I missed all these years.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
When it comes to your personal health and happiness, you deserve the absolute best.
I'm just so thrilled with it. I just feel so much more confident. My body image feels great. I feel back to old Dorinda.
Dorinda transformed her body in one visit, and now you can too. Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation now. Call 1-888-507-0906 or go to sonobello.com.
If you think a great deal means you get a lot of stuff, this is it. Right now at Associated Heating and Electric. Upgrade to a new Daikin Fit system and get $1,000 instant rebate and a 12-year parts and labor warranty for free and a free Daikin One Smart Wi-Fi thermostat. That's huge, but that's not all. $100 in electrical rewiring or outlet upgrades and 0% financing to make it even easier. Upgrade now. This great offer ends March 31st. Schedule your install now at Associated Heating and Electric.
Buckle up, Sam. It's truck month.
It's time for the best deals across the full lineup. F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 48 years. We've got Maverick and Ranger fully prepared. This event is so big, it has something in it for everyone.
All right, it's Skycam time. Taking a live look out toward the Oregon coast in Florence. Gorgeous as we kind of approach sunset tonight. Getting more and more daylight as we speak. Live look up toward the Sea Lion Caves between Florence and Yaha. It's not a bad place to be right now up toward Corvallis. Mainly sunny skies. In fact, it's completely sunny. It's not mainly sunny. You can see across the areas of Eugene right there as well. Clouds will start streaming in, but rain chances hold off until late Sunday night. You're watching KZI on Oregon News Now. Almost.
A poll out today finds few Americans want lawmakers to slash spending on the federal health insurance program. In our Health Watch tonight, KFF, a nonpartisan health research group, found that 17% of respondents approve of reducing federal Medicaid spending. 42% of people polled want to increase spending, and 40% want Medicaid to stay the same. Among Republicans, about 1/3 support Congress cutting federal Medicaid spending. Medicaid provides health insurance coverage to more than 72 million low-income people. Eugene is making history tomorrow, hosting the Pacific Northwest's first ever St. Baldrick's head shaving event, raising money for childhood cancer research. Now that's happening tomorrow from 3 until 5 p.m. at Cold Fire Brewery. The St. Baldrick's Foundation is the largest non-government funder of childhood cancer research. At these events, participants shave their heads in solidarity with kids battling cancer. So whether you're ready to go bald, donate, or cheer on those in the barber's seat, this is a great way to give back, and you can learn more or sign up by following the link on our website. Coming up next at 5 o'clock, all of your local and top stories and weather forecasts for Western Oregon as well as Southern Oregon. Plus, it's almost time to spring forward. We'll remind you how to stay safe and sane after losing 1 hour of sleep to daylight saving time. It's only 1 hour, but it does make a big difference. And we leave you this hour with a live look over Medford as well as the Sea Lion Caves, Eugene and Ashland. Don't go away. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
Pizza ready for Christine?
Ready to hear your name? Visit Abby's.com and let's make it happen.
With our lunch and dinner specials, you win with premium ingredients, the best pizza, and toppings to the edge. Abby's is legendary.
Is your roof showing its age? At Ironhead Roofing, we transform time-worn roofs into a protective shield that lasts. Mention this home show ad and get $500 off a new roof. Good through March 31st. Ironhead Roofing, veteran and family owned.
Hey Bill, April 9th, opening day. We're going.
Get your tickets now at emeraldsbaseball.com. It's always more fun at an M's game.
At Dwyer Williams Churcos, we consider it an honor to call the Pacific Northwest home. It's where we work, raise our families, and pursue our passions. From coaching youth sports to conquering local trails and catching fresh powder days on the mountain, our hearts belong to this beautiful place. And when members of our community are injured due to the fault of another, the attorneys at